Picture this: St. Francisville, Louisiana, a place known as the Myrtles Plantation, a place I once called home, a place where the veil between the living and the dead seemed unnervingly thin. My days were filled not just with the mundane, but with the extraordinary, the inexplicable, and the downright terrifying. Among the spectral residents, one name echoed through the halls more than any other: Chloe, a spectral figure who seemed bound to the plantation. Her eerie sightings were as frequent as they were unsettling. She would appear, seemingly out of nowhere, her form as clear as yours or mine, only to vanish without a trace. Objects would move of their own accord, doors would slam shut, and the air would become heavy with an unseen presence. The dread was palpable, a thick blanket of fear that would descend without warning. Living with the haunting specter of Chloe was like dancing with shadows. Her presence, although ghostly, was as real to me as the Louisiana sun that bathed the plantation. It was a chilling part of my everyday life at Myrtles Plantation, a terrifying norm I had to live with. I moved to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, seeking solace in the renowned Crescent Hotel. Little did I know what awaited me. The Crescent Hotel, a stately structure nestled in the heart of Eureka Springs, was a beacon of comfort and luxury. But behind the grandeur, an eerie presence lurked. Apparitions, as real as you and me, would appear out of nowhere, their ghostly figures flickering in the dimly lit corridors. A bone-chilling cold would descend upon certain spots, the temperature dropping sharply, making your breath visible in the air. The fear these phenomena induced was palpable. The terror was not of the fleeting kind. It wasn't something you could shake off. It clung to you, seeping into your very being. You could feel your heart pounding in your chest, the blood rushing in your ears, the hair on your neck standing up. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the curtains, every shadow cast in the corner of your eye would send a jolt of fear through you. Sleep was a luxury, for the haunting continued into the night. The silence was often broken by disembodied whispers, and the stillness disrupted by unseen entities. The Crescent Hotel became a theater of horror, a place where the supernatural reigned and fear became a companion. My journey took me next to Abbeville, Alabama, a place shrouded in the legend of Huggin. The town whispers of this tall specter, a phantom woman who roams the streets at night, hunting for unsuspecting souls to embrace. Her chilling grip is as cold as the grave, her haunting whispers as sharp as the winter wind. This is not a tale spun from the thin air of fantasy. This is a first-hand account of chilling encounters, of terrifying chases through the pitch-black alleyways, her hollow whispers echoing in my ears. I felt the dread seeping into my bones as I paced the deserted streets, the silence broken only by the distant hoot of an owl or the rustling of leaves. The anticipation was a poison, slowly spreading throughout my body, paralyzing me with fear. Every dark corner held a new terror. Every gust of wind seemed to carry her name. Every shadow seemed to hide her form. The fear was no longer an abstract concept. It was a living, breathing entity. Huggin was not just a ghost story told to scare children. She was a horrifying reality, a spectral presence that filled every moment with terror, who turned a peaceful town into a haunted landscape. The legend of Huggin became my reality, a chilling testament to the spectral world that lurks in the shadows. Huggin became a horrifying reality, a spectral presence that filled every moment with terror. I finally found myself at the Dakota apartment building in New York City, a place haunted by the crying lady. The encounters with her were chilling, her sorrow-filled sobs echoing through the hallways, each cry sending shivers down my spine. It was as if her despair had seeped into the very walls of the building, creating an atmosphere heavy with sadness and dread. I could feel the weight of her anguish, a torment that seemed to hang in the air. The sound of her weeping was a haunting melody that played at all hours, a constant reminder of the misery that had taken hold of her. It was a fear that was palpable, a terror that was all too real. The Dakota had become more than just a building. It had become a monument to her sorrow, a silent testament to the tears she shed. The Dakota became a place of sorrow and fear, a place where the crying lady's tears echoed in the dark. These are not tales spun for your entertainment. They are my experiences, real encounters with the spectral world. From the eerie apparitions at the Myrtles Plantation to the chilling presence at the Crescent Hotel, each haunt left a cold imprint on my soul. Who can forget the unnerving legend of Huggin in Abbeville, Alabama? Or the heart-wrenching cries of the Lady of the Dakota that still echo in my dreams? These encounters, these tales of terror, they are not figments of my imagination. They are as real as the chill that runs down your spine when the wind howls at midnight. These are my stories, my brush with the spectral world. With each tale, I've shared a piece of my reality, a slice of the fear, the terror that comes with living amongst the phantoms. But remember, my experiences are not unique. Ghosts roam among us, unseen, unheard, but always there. If these tales of terror thrilled you, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. You never know what chilling tales tomorrow's video might bring.